What's up, guys? Coming at you with another episode of Tampa Bay Real Producers, the podcast made for real producers by real producers, and of course with real producers. And I get to hang out today with Stacy Neumann-Hair. Did I say that correctly?
Naumann.
Oh, so Stacy
Okay.
Naumann.
Close.
Full paw by me. Stacy Neumann-Hair, as you can tell from this beautiful frame, Stacy was our cover feature in Tampa Bay Real Producers for this month, April of 2023. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
That's exciting. So we were just talking about one of our wonderful photographers and how good of a job Allie did. So
Allie's amazing.
shout out to you, Allie Serrano, with Allie Serrano's Portraits, who really does an amazing job with a lot of our photo shoots. So
And she's super friendly.
She is
Yes.
a rock star, and we love her representing our brand. So excited to dive into your story a little bit more. I know anybody who saw the article has read a little bit about you already, but
Sure.
why don't we start, Stacy, with just your background? Did you grow up in Tampa Bay? Where did you grow up? What brought you to Tampa Bay? So we'll start there.
Okay. I did grow up in Tampa. Well, I've been here since I was 8. My entire family is in the real estate business. And when I say entire family, going all the way back to developing Innisbrook back in the day.
Oh, wow.
So
It's a beautiful
developers, builders, realtors, it's all I've ever known.
Gotcha. It's in the blood.
It's in the blood. It's in the blood.
I played golf in Innisbrook a few times. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful course and a great place to live, I would imagine.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So starting very young is something I've heard throughout dinners and, family events.
Yep.
So it's something I was interested in very
cool.
young.
So
But
your parents were in it, obviously, and
my
kind of
dad
brought you up in it, huh?
Yeah, my dad owned a very large real estate company down south on Sanibel Island. Just recently, Berkshire Hathaway acquired that office.
Okay.
And my brother owns many real estate offices from the Panhandle through Tallahassee,
Nice.
Rosemary Beach, several.
Nice.
So yes, my entire family's in this business. Most
Truly
of them
was in
are
the
owner
blood.
developers. Yeah.
So at what age did you say, all right, I know I'm going to be doing real estate at some point. So whether you just went ahead and got licensed right away, or did you have a previous work experience prior to getting involved in real estate? How did that shake out?
No, actually, I did not. I went directly into leasing apartments.
Okay.
Got my first apartment for free because I lived on the site and was able to lease apartments there.
Nice.
And then I kind of got in my blood that I wanted to do that and be in the sales aspect of things and go into real estate. So that was I just went straight into real estate.
Cool.
So by 22, I started, it was a funny story. A gentleman called me and said that he had heard about me from my husband who worked at a bank, and they were a new builder in town and nobody had ever heard of him. And being a new licensee, would I be interested in interviewing, which I did.
Yep.
And I started as a, what we call a junior agent with Morrison Homes before it was Taylor Morrison.
Yep.
In 1997,
Okay.
when they first entered Tampa Bay.
How about that? And so your experience at first was kind of those builder relationships and partnerships. And is that still an integral part of your business today?
I do love selling new construction as well. I did 10 years with Morrison Homes.
Makes sense.
So I did experience that side of it. So then the wonderful part of that is I've been on both sides.
Yeah.
I've been behind that desk, seeing the building process and going through that with buyers, which is a totally different experience
Yep.
than what we deal with on a general real estate standpoint.
That makes sense. What percentage of your business today comes from the new construction side?
I would probably say just about 20%.
Okay.
It really depends on the areas my clients are looking and what suits their needs best, because my goal is to get them the best deal, whether it be a resale or new construction.
For sure.
Yep.
And so do you live in Pinellas County?
No, I live in Hillsborough County.
You do. Okay. So
I live in
you're a Hillsborough County in Lutz, which is
Mhm.
beautiful. Actually, I'm in Land O'Lakes, so I'm not that far from you.
That's one of my areas of expertise.
Land O'Lakes, yeah.
sure,
I'm in
yes.
Ballantrae up in there, if you know the area.
Yeah, my mom's in Oakstead. My son works
right next
at
door.
Bexley.
Very nice.
And my mom works at Del Webb Bexley. So when I say it's in the family,
It really is. Yeah.
it really is. Yes.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And so when did you get licensed to be like what we'd call it, a retail agent?
Well, we had to be licensed in new home sales.
Got it.
So I was licensed prior to
22.
1997. Yep.
Okay.
And I was about 22.
Okay.
So,
And so you're with Berkshire Hathaway today.
since 2006 when it was Prudential.
Makes sense. So you've been with them a while now.
Yes.
They must treat you well. You've developed some good culture there, and they support you in a good way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're not a team. You don't have a team. Am I wrong about that?
No.
It's you individually representing yourself. Had you ever have a desire to go into the team thing or not really?
Absolutely. I think that is a desire. My son has actually already gone through the course, and he's getting his real estate license.
Keeping it in the family again.
So I would love to start a team and potentially start my own brokerage in the future down the line. Yeah. So I think it is a goal in the future, and I'm working on my broker's license right now. Very
cool. So I know from what I saw, I think it was last year, the numbers that at least we saw from the MLS were over 13 million last year, like high 20s or low 30s in terms of number of units. That's at least what the MLS said. What was your best year? Do you remember?
So I think it was closer by the time it was finished and things were worked out, closer to 15 million last year.
Okay.
And normally my sales volume is anywhere between 14 and 20 million. I would say, just shy of that would have been probably my best year.
Mm-hmm.
I am by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have an assistant. I don't have anybody helping me. I'm a bit neurotic.
You were running the show, huh?
I run the show. Yeah. Yeah.
That's got to be challenging though at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. But I love it.
You do. What is the most rewarding part of the business, would you say, for you?
Truly building relationships. I know that sounds corny and people probably say that all the time, but I can't tell you how many couples and families I've sold homes to that 25 years later are referring me business and remembering me, which is huge for me.
Yep.
It's all integrity and doing the right thing by the customer and making sure that I'm constantly staying in contact with them. It's not a transaction where it ends and we shake hands and you close your deal. It is a relationship moving forward. And I'm always in contact with my clients.
Is a lot of your business repeat business?
It's all referral business.
Is it really?
All referral business. I do very little marketing. It's mainly referral business.
Has it always been that way?
Always.
Really? So even when you first got started, that's really what you focused on, was just getting those key clients, and it just kind of snowballed at your own pace from there.
Well, a lot of it, which was a benefit for me, stemmed from new home sales.
Yeah.
No, actually that building those relationships there. And then when they got ready to sell their new home or their, at that point, resale, looking to me and remembering me from their experience with the builder.
That makes sense.
So marketing to those folks right off the bat when I got into general real estate was important.
Yep.
And then moving through that process with them. Yep.
So what would you, do you think you have a specific niche at all in the real estate world as far as the types of clients that you love serving, or even the type of real estate that you generally represent? Is there anything that you feel like you would define as your niche? It's all good.
We have a great video. Was off. Do you want to turn it off? Do you want me to turn it off?
You can. That's fine. He can edit it out. Yeah, it's all good.
But I don't want it to happen again.
Yeah, you can turn it off. Yeah, if you want to grab it so it doesn't go off again.
Do I move this?
Don't even worry about it. Yeah, you can move it, shake it. It's all good. We have an amazing editor, so he can do whatever he needs to do. It's all good. Those phones could get tricky sometimes.
That's terrible. I'll be on there.
Good?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So. Sorry.
No worries.
Okay. Yes. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. I was just asking, is there a particular niche at all that you feel like you really serve or enjoy serving, whether that's from a client perspective or even just a type of real estate, whether that would be luxury or just, anything specific? Or if the answer is no, that's fine too.
No, I think that my niche has really been the everyday family.
Okay.
In the mid price point. I don't think I market the luxury high end over $1 million. And I definitely don't target market, a certain price range. I think it's pretty mid fives to 750 to 900 is kind of like my niche.
Gotcha.
It's building relationships with families and putting them, I think the school districts have been really important, and making sure that people are finding the home that works for them and their families. So I think that's been more of my niche.
Do you serve all of Tampa Bay generally with your customers? You do?
I do.
And outside Tampa Bay as well?
I do.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
I do. Absolutely. And I've had a lot during our crazy 2021 and 22, beginning of 22. I did a lot of secondary homes near the beach.
Okay.
And
move that a little closer for you.
Yeah. Thank you. Second homes near the beach. He's going to be editing a lot.
You're doing a great job.
Oh boy. Yeah. So pretty much everywhere. Pretty much everywhere.
I wouldn't mind getting a house by the beach one of these days. It seems like it'd be a nice little option. I have 5 little kids, so being able to go take the family for a little weekend getaway, that'd be kind of sweet.
5. Wow. Little?
My oldest is 9. So yes, they're all pretty
Yes,
little.
you have your hands full.
We do. Yeah, our house
Yeah.
is. I'm actually grew up as an only child, so this is all new to me to have 5 kids at the house. It's a complete zoo. So
That's awesome, though.
yeah, it is. It is.
I always call it.
It's a blessing.
I love chaos. Like chaos in my life. If it wasn't chaotic, then something would be wrong.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
no doubt. Our house is the definition of chaos.
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
And I wouldn't even call it organized chaos. It's just
Yeah.
pure chaos.
Yeah, I wouldn't say ours is organized either. People come over and they are ready to hightail it out of there. Between dogs, kids, girlfriends, it's crazy. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. One of the things I've noticed about the people I've interviewed over the years for the magazine, even on the podcast, is that there seems to be in the real estate market a decent amount of agents who hop around a lot from brokerage to brokerage, right? They constantly find other niches, and sometimes, there's obviously legitimate reasons why, but you have been, it seems like, really loyal to the brokerage that you've been with. You've been there for a while. What do you think goes into, you being happy, I guess I would say, or content in the brokerage that you have, the partnership, I would say, that they provide, and why has that worked so well for you?
No, that's a good question. I think loyalty is important to me. And I think if somebody's doing right by me, I'm going to do right by them. And building their brand is important. They have a wonderful name behind them. So that has helped my business.
Yep.
And I've also...
My dad used to work for Prudential, by the way.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yes.
So
Insurance.
that's obviously, it was Prudential before Warren Buffett purchased the Prudential Tropicals here locally. And then it became the Berkshire Hathaway brand.
Yep.
But no, I think we have really great training programs. We have really wonderful people behind the company. The owners, Dewey and Alan, are amazing men.
Mm-hmm.
And they're about God and country, and it has a good feel.
The core values
The
resonate
core
with you.
values are great. Yes.
Makes sense. Which
And
office
that's
do you work out of?
I'm in the Carrollwood office.
Okay.
Yeah, on Del Mabry.
Do you get to the office at all for regular spots, or you kind of just do your thing in Lutz, or what?
I actually do my thing in Lutz. Focus on Lutz, Land O'Lakes, and Odessa,
Gotcha.
and the Westlake Chapel area. That kind of is my niche. But I don't go into the office a whole lot because my office, this is kind of funny, the wall shares with Sam Ash drum section.
Okay.
Which is the music store. So
they can utilize that for the team meeting culture,
any
huh?
Work done in that little office is not good. So no, I typically don't work from the office.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That makes sense. You've been in real estate now for a while. What, 15 years, I guess, licensed?
26.
Oh, I'm sorry. Since you were 22, so
97.
Oh, yeah. So I was thinking 2007. That's just with Berkshire, though.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So what would you say are some of the...
Don, I'm old.
Oh, I wouldn't say that at all. You look beautiful. Look at the way this all came out. I mean, you're glowing. You're glowing. What are some of the lessons, Stacy, that you feel? I mean, because you've been through all kinds of cycles now, right?
Yeah,
the ups, the downs. You've seen a lot of that stuff come and go, and you've made it through it all, and still have a very successful business.
Right.
What are some lessons that you might share for somebody who's listening to the podcast who maybe is rather new in real estate? This is an interesting market, right, that we're in right now for some people that are finding it a little different than it was 2 years ago, right?
Right.
What are some things that come to mind? Maybe they were even challenges that you learned something from and were able to overcome, and it made you a better business person because of it. What are some thoughts in the 27 years that you've been in the game that would help some people?
I think staying consistent is really critical, especially as the market changes. Whether we have ups or downs in the market, what I find with a lot of agents that I have mentored coming in, they get really good deals and things start to happen, and then it falls off because this business wanes.
Sure.
And if you're not following that wave and kind of figuring out what you need to do to stay consistent, and consistency is key,
yeah,
you're going to get frustrated. And you're going to move on.
Yep.
And that's not the right thing to do. What's necessary is just figuring out what you need to do to move forward to build your business once it slows down. And also be creative. Right now in our market, with the interest rates changing and things like that, being creative is critical.
Yeah.
And figuring out what lender relationships you have to get rates that are going to, be creative for those buyers to get them into a payment that they can afford. So figuring out those different things to do. I mean, that's really, really important.
What are some of the things that you think have helped you stay consistent over the years?
I'm a planner, so I am constantly putting everything down in writing for what my next, what the next day is going to look like for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm doing a checklist and I'm marking through that. Pretty old school, but it's important to me to know that I've met those different bullet points for the day. And I've, hit sending out, notes to 5 of my past clients. I do that every day.
Oh, that's cool.
I think that's really, really important.
I love that.
So every day I'm going to
handwritten notes,
either a text or a phone call.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll send a card, just thinking of you card. Mm-hmm. I think it's important to stay in touch with people. And I'm constantly building, every day. It's going to be 5. I'm going to touch on 5 of my past clients, regardless of how long ago it was.
Yeah.
Just saying, hey, I'm thinking about you. I drove past your house today. How's it going? How are the kids? You're getting ready for graduation. I bet that's exciting. Or, I hear you're having surgery, and whatever the case is, just staying in constant contact. Because if we don't and we lose those relationships, they're not going to remember us and they're going to move on to somebody else in the future.
For sure.
So
especially if you've built your business from referrals, which you have,
right?
I mean, that's critical, is to maintain that bond and that connection, because that's from not only from a business sense, but it's also, I would think, more fun of a business to be in, because then those relationships are genuine.
Right. Yeah. And I've had people call me after 15 years, 17 years. I had one lady run me down at a store and say, "You, Stacy, are somebody I will never forget. I remember when we bought our home with you. I was pregnant. Now my son's this age." It's those things are so important to me.
That's cool.
I want to be able to run into everybody and have them excited to see me and me excited to see them. That's how it should be.
Do you do any sort of client appreciation parties or things like that?
I have in the past. I've done that in the past. I think after COVID, things became a little bit different, and I wasn't doing as much of that. I think that's something I'd like to start to do again in the future.
Yep.
Because it's important. It is definitely important. But what I do is take my clients out to dinner, just even if it's a personal thing, say I just want to have dinner with you guys. Let's go out and have a bite to eat.
Yeah.
And that's something that I think is important to keep those relationships going.
Yep. Yeah. Real estate is not a transactional business. It's relational for sure. And so with that perspective and viewing the business through that lens really is a game changer for agents who are in this for the right reasons, right? And they're trying to really build something that's going to last, like you said, because consistency happens through the power of those relationships and how sticky they are.
Right.
Yeah.
And just that longevity. I mean, it's important to build those relationships for your longevity in this business. If it is just transactional, like so many people get into it for during an up market, that's not going to sustain them. They're not going to last in this business.
Yep.
They're going to be forgotten. They're not going to be doing what's right by the client.
Yep.
And I think for me, always doing what's right by my customer. If I see a property and it's a 1% commission, I've seen other agents go, "I'm not even showing it." And they throw it in the garbage.
Right.
For me, is that the best home for my customer?
Right.
Because to me, that's what it's about.
Yep.
Them being happy. This is not about me. So long term, are they going to, they're not going to know about that part of it, but they're going to remember that moving forward, I did what was best for them, trying to find them the right home that met their needs.
Yeah. No, that's a great point.
They feel that.
Absolutely.
I think it's all a genuine feeling people have.
Yeah. It goes back to, are you truly in this business for the right reason? And do you have a servant leader mindset, right? Because I think that's so critical. It's a great quality to have for any of the top producers. And it's one of the things I've noticed in my role that I see a lot as a commonality with some of the top agents that I've interviewed, like yourself and many others. Thankfully, they do have that attitude and they view the business through that lens,
right? Rather
than, there's over 15,000 agents in Tampa Bay who did at least one deal last year. And there's almost 25,000 licensed agents in Tampa Bay, almost 10,000 who didn't even do a deal, right, last year. So with that, there's a lot of that majority, I'm sure, who views it more as what's in it for me. And then that feeling, like you just said, comes across, and it's hard to build the business long term if that's the spirit.
Right. I hear it. I hear people say, "Oh, I'm getting into the real estate business. I'm going to make some money. I'm going to, make a lot of money right off the bat. And it's going to be super successful for me. And I'm going to quit this job and do that." And I think to myself, great, try it. Yeah. But I don't think people understand that I'm always available. Mm-hmm. Is that necessarily good all the time, but I'm always available for my clients. If they need to talk to me, I'm there. I become not only a realtor, but a counselor. We are so involved in their lives.
Yep.
That I've had phone calls at 12:30 in the morning with desperate situations that my clients just needed to talk to me about.
Right.
And I want to be there for them. This is not about
psychology is a good
money.
major for a real estate agent to go through, huh?
I know. I had a client tell me last week, she's like, I think you're more my therapist than you are my realtor. I said, I think so.
That's true. I can see that. I can relate to that in some ways too.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit more too about you, and just so people get to know you a little bit more. You mentioned your son, is it? That's going to be following their footsteps
Yeah,
a
I
little
have
bit?
2 boys.
You have two boys. So how old are they now?
One is 18,
Okay.
graduating high school at Steinbrenner
Exciting.
in Lutz. And my oldest is graduating with his 4-year degree from St. Leo in Homeland Security and Criminal Justice.
Oh, wow. How about that? Does he have a job lined up yet?
He is working on getting his diploma so he can submit to the Secret Service, where he's got contacts right now.
Very neat.
So he is
It's good to have some people you know in the Secret Service, I would have to think.
right. He actually drove the motorcade for our Vice President Pence previously.
Is that right? Wow.
And has been involved in that aspect of things. So he is passionate about that and changing our world for the better.
That's cool.
So
you have one that's going to be in the security government side, and one who's going to stick with real estate, huh?
Correct.
There you go.
Yep.
Very
totally
cool.
different personalities.
That's awesome.
Totally different personalities.
And is your husband in the business too?
He's a banker.
He's a banker. Okay.
So he has been in banking since he was young.
Gotcha.
So way back when
Mortgage lending?
He did a little bit of that.
Yeah.
But is a bank manager that better suits him. He's a 9-to-5 great guy, very consistent, but sales is not really
So you
his
two are good
forte.
opposites then, huh?
We are, yes, complete opposites. Thank God.
Yeah, that's the way
Yes.
my parents were, actually. My dad was in insurance sales through Prudential.
Yeah.
My mom, though, has been a legal secretary her whole life. So that yin and yang worked well for them, that
Yeah.
dynamic. Yeah.
I think it has to, or we would probably kill each other.
Yeah, you would probably go nuts. And even my wife and I are the same way. She's a stay-at-home mom now with our kids.
Well,
and
with 5 kids,
gotta
Don,
love
I
that.
can imagine.
Oh, absolutely. We're actually homeschooling too. So there's a lot
Good for you.
on her plate. And
Good
yeah,
for
for
you
sure.
With what's going on right
I'm
now?
a blessed man.
It's important.
Yeah,
to
tell me about
stay-
it. We wouldn't be
top of the
comfortable with
kids.
some of the stuff going on. There's no doubt
Right,
about it. So
right.
I agree with that.
Yep.
What do you guys like to do for fun? What are some of your favorite hobbies, interests with the family, or just you personally?
So we are involved in our church.
Nice.
Very involved in Grace Family off of
Oh, I know Grace.
yeah, off of Van Dyke.
We attend Hillsdale.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you know Hillsdale
I do.
Baptist?
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been there for 10 years now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We started here when the kids were younger to keep them involved. And my youngest became a youth leader there and sang in the band there. My youngest is involved now. And so our church life is important to us.
Mhm.
Keeping the kids grounded with faith and just good ethics and things like that is important. As far as having fun, we love boating and being out on the water. We do have a boat that
Nice.
we go out on and try and enjoy those days. And our 2 boys have girlfriends that have been in relationships for 3 years each.
Mm.
So
Getting serious, huh?
we love them. So it's normally
Are they
a family
thinking about
of
getting
6.
married anytime soon?
My oldest, probably a couple years out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. But she is working to be a doctor.
Okay.
So her schooling is going to be long.
Yeah.
She's just about to start her second, set of years
Yeah.
in this, trying to get her degree. And so we'll see what happens, but they're both good girls.
That's cool.
And we love them. So we're normally a family of 6. We're not really a family of 4 because the girls are always with us.
Where do you guys usually go out when you go boating?
We have a little place in Treasure Island,
Okay.
a little condo there.
Okay.
And so we keep the boat there and we go out from there. And it's just been a great place we've had since 2016 for the kids to enjoy with their friends.
Yeah.
We've never rented it, which is probably bad business on my part.
Yeah, well, if you don't have to, you don't have to.
Yeah.
That's even better.
And
Who needs
they-
people walking through your stuff all the time? I mean,
we
come on
didn't
now.
want that. We didn't want that. So I listen to the people in the building that I've sold condos to, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're making this much money every month."
Right,
and I'm like,
right.
"Oh."
Do they do short term over there? Do you know? Is that a
they
short term
do.
area? Yeah.
They do. They
Yeah.
can do some short term. Yeah.
So I know they have a bunch of different restrictions and
They do.
regulations.
Madeira, especially. Madeira is really
Yeah.
restricted.
Gotcha.
Depends on where you are over there.
Right.
we can do some there in that building, but we enjoy it. So we'll go out from there as much as we can.
Yep.
But this business, we work weekends, Don.
You do. It must
And
be
my
tough to
husband
find
works
that
during the
consistent
week.
boating time. It really
Yes.
crunches into that.
Yes.
I get it. I get it.
It's trying to get everybody
At
coordinated.
least you know your
together.
husband's going to be off after 5:00 though, right? You got
He'll go on the boat
you got
with the
that
kids.
weekend availability for him.
He can go on the boat with the kids while I work, right? And he'll enjoy that and take pictures. Look what we're doing. I'm
That's
like,
right.
Oh, that's great. But no, we do. That's a downtime for us. We enjoy for sure.
Do you guys have like a favorite traveling spot at all? Anything that you've gone to as a family?
Yeah, we love like there's several areas, but we love Savannah.
It's gorgeous there.
Love Savannah. We love hanging out in Savannah. We love Charleston. Mount Dora is a cute little area.
Yep.
We enjoy doing those kind of things with the kids. We like cruising when we get an opportunity to do that. So
Nice.
yeah.
I grew up in the Northeast. I'm from Connecticut originally.
Okay.
But we experienced Charleston, South Carolina, and then Savannah for really the first time just a couple of years ago. And we fell in love with those like southern towns and southern, there's a certain vibe there,
So pretty.
Yeah, it is.
And
It's
easy
gorgeous.
going, which
Good
is a little bit
people. They were very
different.
friendly. The food was amazing. And
Yes.
it is got a different feel to it when you're walking through the streets. And
Yes.
plus there's a lot of history as well, which I love.
Got those really cool brick streets, most of them.
Yep.
And you've got like some ghost town stories going on.
Oh, yeah.
And some
Oh,
cool
yeah.
stuff.
The
So,
kids
yeah.
had a blast there too, no
Yeah.
doubt.
Yeah.
So a couple rapid fire things.
Okay.
I usually go
Go.
through some stuff just to kind of get the audience get to know you a little bit more.
Okay.
So, favorite movie? Do you have one?
Oh. That was
Did I stump you?
you did. I like suspense movies.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I mean, I like movies, but I don't think I
Anything
can
that
think of
leaves you with
anything.
suspense, huh?
Yeah.
I can't even think of a good suspenseful movie right now. Ryan, you got one off the top of your head? Suspenseful movies? Anything come to mind? Fall. Never heard of it. Suspension Bridge?
Well, I don't want
Boom.
anxiety. Well, is it horror or suspenseful?
It is suspenseful.
Are you going to see them drop and like? hit
Hello.
the
Is that
ground?
mic on? There we go.
Um,
All right. So now,
suspense.
favorite food.
Ooh, Mexican.
How about that? Mexican
Some
food
chips
fan?
and queso. That is my number
Do
one
you have
thing.
Taco Tuesday at the house then, I take it?
We love Mexican food.
We do a
so,
Taco Tuesday thing at the house.
Yeah.
So Lauren loves that.
Yeah, we love it. We love it. Our favorite is Senor Tequila
Okay.
on Del Mabry in Carrollwood. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I've been
shout out.
actually. Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's a cool spot.
But yeah,
No
we
doubt.
love Mexican. I think we all can agree in our family on that. for
Cool
sure.
thing about Tampa Bay really is like as it's grown too, you have really every option that you can find.
Yeah.
So there's all kinds of little cool boutiques, little restaurants, that you can, whatever food you're into, you can find really. It's not New York City yet, but it's, we got a lot of options.
No better place to live than Tampa Bay. We
I'm a
have
fan.
everything. We have all the sports teams. We have the downtown. We have the port.
Yep.
I mean, how can you beat Tampa? Truly.
They
you
call it
can't.
Tampa Bay for a reason, Stacy.
Right, I know.
That's
I know.
true. That's
It is
true.
And we've been a strong city for sure.
hmm
We get a lot of people relocating to the area because they want to live here and they want.
Have you seen like a big uptick at all since since COVID, especially?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, no question about it.
Right.
No question about
People
it.
coming from the
other states.
Northeast and especially California and
California,
all
New
the
York,
lockdown
New
states
Jersey.
making their way here.
Yes,
Right.
for sure.
Yeah, no doubt.
Big time. And I think it's great. But understand when you come here, you're coming here because you want those
Right.
benefits of Florida.
Yeah. So don't
let's
change
not
our policies
that.
by voting like a wacko, right?
Exactly. Let's not
Let's
change.
keep it that way, baby.
Let's not change Florida. We love
keep
Florida.
it freedom
the way
here.
it is.
That's right.
Exactly.
I
Yep.
agree. I agree with that
Yeah.
wholeheartedly.
Yep.
Favorite like book or author or maybe even a seminar that you've attended that you feel like really made an impact on yourself personally or your business?
There was a David Goggins book, if nobody knows who he is.
Yeah, I've
He was
seen him.
A military guy who.
Yeah,
runs
he's got a great story.
marathons. He's got a great story. I love his story.
Mhm.
Books on success and staying strong and keeping relationships. I think all of that, those are things that I've read in the past or listened to podcasts on.
Yeah, what's the name of that book now? I went through my head about relationships. I was just thinking about it.
Well, one of them that
There's always the classic, right? How to make friends and influence people or
Oh,
something
yeah.
like that. Isn't that
Yeah.
one of them?
That's
That's
what I
old
love.
school. I think I read that when I was like 18 years old, and I don't really remember much from it other than make good eye contact, I think was the first one, right?
Handshake.
That's right. Contact. That's correct. Yes. Get those basics. Nail them. Get them down.
Yeah. If you're not looking at somebody in the eyes, they're going to wonder what's going on.
That's right. One more question about business, and then we'll wrap up here. I know you have to be running, but about I always end with like a legacy question, so we'll get to that in a second. But on a business side, is there anything that you're really excited about this year for 2023? Anything that you look forward to for the rest of this year that you can share?
I just got our Legendary Award for our company.
Nice. Congrats.
And the Legendary Award, thank you, was not only sales volume, but it was integrity, relationships. It was there was a lot of different criteria you had to meet, and I was nominated for that.
Nice.
And I ended up getting that award. There were 5 of us awarded that throughout the company. And that was a huge award for me, which I thought was amazing.
Awesome.
So that was exciting.
First time winning it?
Yeah, yes, they only.
Can you only win it once?
You can only win it once.
Gotcha.
You can only win it once.
Well, it seems like you deserve it, Stacy. So congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
When did you get it?
We just had our sales meeting and our big function about a month ago. So
got it.
Just about a month ago.
Now, is that like for the office, or is that the company, or
the company?
The whole company.
It's the whole company, and
Berkshire's no joke. I mean, there's how many offices are there?
Yeah,
a lot, all throughout.
A lot.
Not just the U.S.
Keep
even
opening more and more, but it's a feature piece for us too, which is great because it says a lot. It's not just about the volume, and there are a lot of people that are volume driven.
Yeah, no doubt. It just seems like a culture award.
Yeah, it is a culture award.
Yeah,
that's what I'll use.
There you go. Boom. Now you got the new label. I won the culture award.
I love it. I love it. Yes.
So this is one of my favorite questions to ask guests, Stacy, because I think it sometimes just kind of taps into their core values and what they're all about. And it's at some point you'll never leave real estate. I think you seem like you love it. It's been in your blood since you've been a kid. But what do you think is most important to you in terms of when you want to look back at some time when you're drinking your lemonade and you got your porch out there and you're rocking on your rocking chair? What legacy is really most important to you? What would you want to be known for, whether that's personally through your family, through your business? What do you think is most important to you in terms of the legacy you'd want to be known for?
God, family, business. That's how I live my life.
That's the order. Yeah.
That's the order.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's important that, we live by example. And what I want to be remembered for is people saying she did the right thing. She's a good person. She lived her life the way she said that she was going to. And I think that's how I would want to be remembered.
I think those are good priorities. Yeah. God, family, business makes a lot of sense. And if you keep things in that order, I think many times you'll find God will end up blessing your family and your business.
I agree with you, Don, 100%.
It makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
We're going to wrap up then. If somebody wanted to connect with you just to kind of follow up from something they heard in this interview that they thought was interesting, and what's the best way to reach you?
Homes sold by Stacy, stacy.com, or my phone number is 813-493-5541.
Cool. We can even throw that on the screen too, and the website up there as well, so people can reach out to if they want to chat.
If anybody has questions about the business or anything moving forward, I'm an open book. I'm here to help. I like helping new agents. I like answering questions for people. I think it's great.
Yeah, very cool. Maybe we can even have you as one of our coaches one day for the consulting program I was telling you about.
That consulting program that you mentioned that you're rolling out this year sounds amazing.
Yeah, we're really excited about it. And I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but part of that is going to be to have top producers as coaches that will do some mentorship and stuff as well. So maybe that's something we can talk more about.
I think that's amazing. I would love that opportunity.
Thank you. Yeah, no doubt. It should be fun. Yep. All right, guys. Well, if you want to subscribe on our YouTube channel, you know where to find us at Tampa Bay Real Producers. We're on every platform out there as far as podcasts go, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. So check out this episode. And, we always end by saying, what is one action step that you can take today that will help you either become a real producer if you're an agent who's not yet in the top 500 like Stacy is? Maybe there's something you heard her talk about today that you can take and put to work in your business. So just leave with that note. Like, what's one specific action step that you can take today that will help you move your business in the right direction? Or if you're already a top producer, what's one action step that you can take to build the lifestyle that you really desire, because maybe you're not quite completely fulfilled yet to the level that you want to be. So hopefully we can provide some of that value moving forward, and stay classy out there, Tampa Bay. We'll talk to you later. Bye.